Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 4 of my Oktoberfest mini-series for the Ted's Booze Cellar series, or the Ted's Booze Cellar show, or whatever. I've not really sort of serialised it as either a series or a show, but I guess it's kind of both, really. But anyway, this is part 4 of 4 of a mini-series within the grand scheme of Ted's Booze Cellar that I'm dedicating to the German festival of Oktoberfest. Which, apart from like celebrating, some of the great bits of German culture, is also in large part about celebrating one of the best bits of German culture, which is their beer. Now, we've been doing the 4 different types of Erdinger you can most regularly find here in the UK. We've done Weissbier, Dunkel, and Crystal. And now we're doing the 4th and last episode of this mini-series, which is Erdinger Pikantus. Now, this is probably the most simple packaging. It's just like mostly just gold. It's a really nice bottle actually, and it's sort of like, I don't know. I feel like the way I've sort of like structured out, like trying out the different beers, like with like the color patterns getting progressively more regal, kind of makes me feel like this is like the final boss of this mini series that I'm doing. But no, I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm pretty sure as well that it's also the strongest out of the 4 Erdinger bottles I've tried in this mini series. So this one is 7.3. So this is quite strong. The other ones were 2 of them were 5.3, and I can't remember what the third one was, but they were like roughly around that sort of region. But this is quite strong. This is like nearing like the strength of like a can of Dutch Gold beer. Like this is hard stuff. But I'm interested to try it. But yeah, no, I've out of all the ones that I'm reviewing in this mini series, I think the one I'd never even seen or heard before I started doing this one probably was Pikantus. And so I'm not really sure what to expect of it, to be honest. So first off, I'll give it a whiff. Hang on. Let's see. I can definitely smell that it's strong. It smells heavy as hell. Sort of, I'm getting sort of little bits of like herbally, sort of like flowery, sort of like lagers, like Amstel and Kronenberg. I've got a little bit of a scent of like obviously the usual Erdinger sort of wheat beer sort of smell. But there's an extra sort of really sort of hard beer cellar sort of like smell in there that's quite interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting this. As always, happy Oktoberfest and bottoms up. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. 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 Okay, yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. Kind of fitting in the theme of this kind of being the final boss of my Oktoberfest 4-part miniseries. I feel like this is actually probably the nicest one yet. Um, I think probably the closest challenger for this one in terms of how nice it is overall probably still is Weissbier, the first one I did. But um, God, this is bloody nice. This is a good beer. It combines, I think, all the best elements of the 3 ones we did previously. It combines the German wheat beer and haziness of like Weissbier and the best parts of that with the the clear and crisp like slight fizz or like slight clear fizzy sort of Eurocentric beer sort of style that we saw with the Kristall Erdinger. Um, and it also has like a bit of like the richness of that we saw in Dunkel. But there's something else about it. Like I said, it has the that sort of like smell of like being really strong beer cellar beer. And that kind of does also translate a bit into the flavour as well. But apart from those 4 aspects I've just mentioned, there's also a weird sort of like creamy like aftertaste to it. Um, it's just like it's sort of like like syrupy and velvety, and it's like very smooth. It just really, even though it's got quite a strong flavour, it rolls down your gullet quite easily, actually, and I really like that. This is, I mean, this is really the strongest beer out of the four I've reviewed for this mini-series, but it's also weirdly probably the most palatable and probably the most digestible for the largest number of people, I would feel. Um, I wouldn't perhaps say it fits into all of the categories I set out for all of the drinks. I don't know if it's a cooking beer. And I'm not quite sure if it's either a sesh beer or a meal drink. It probably would be quite good as a meal drink, but I definitely think it's good to have a couple to decompress and relax. To have a couple with a chat over a chat with a friend, and possibly even have a couple as a pre-drink. To really treat yourself. And it probably also does fit in quite well as a meal drink as well. Generally speaking, I would say this is a buy, and I would recommend this for most people as well. This is a bloody good beer. Really, really nice, and definitely the best out of the, pardon me, the four Erdingers we've reviewed. God, it's just so smooth and just, and so like the richness and like heaviness of like the alcohol content and the flavour, it hits you, but then you're able to swallow it nice and relaxingly, and it's just, it's fantastic. I'm going to give this a 8.75 out of 10. Yeah. Actually, yeah, 8.75 out of 10. It's damn good. And I feel like if it was perhaps just a slightly bit more clear and palatable, I'd probably push it for a 9. But overall, it is a damn good way to end this Oktoberfest mini-series. As always, I hope everyone had fun watching this video, or at least found it a bit informative. If you're interested, check out my other social medias, YouTube channels, and my live streaming channel in the video description below. What else? Oh yeah, and if you did like this video, maybe leave a like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I hope you guys will stay safe and have fun, as well as also knowing your limits and drinking responsibly, and that you all had a fantastic Oktoberfest 2019. Thank you very much. Maybe I'll do another one of these mini-series for Oktoberfest next year. But until then, thank you, have fun, and I'll see you guys next time at the bar on Ted's Booze Cellar. Lovely stuff.